Yay, welcome back. In the last episode, we went to Little Amigo. In this episode, we're going to accept this quest just so I don't have to have any other problems in the future. While you were tending to business at Levelin, some new information arrived courtesy of old friends, the Sylphs. An individual fitting Labrea's description has been spotted in North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12's willing. You will pick up Labrea's trail once more. Marixia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Edgar. Loading screens. I'm actually kind of glad that you don't have to have another weapon in your offhand for the pugilist / monk. Because I was thinking that if we have two weapons, I'm surprised if we didn't have to have one in there. Not that. I want character. And this slot, the offhand, since we have one in our main hand. Walking one to investigate Sinister One. Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a walking one in the Ash Crown Constorium. According to a friendly one, a digger one named Midrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking one should go and speak with digging one, Midrod. Digging one is to be found at Fall Ground Flat in North Shroud. Oh! Before that, we need to go to, I think it's the Alchemist Guild. I think. Let's see. Whether Alchemist or Goldsmith, because I don't think I need to go to the Weaver's Guild for the quest. Well, let's see if we need to be here in the Alchemist. Nope. So it must be at Goldsmith. And I will learn Thunderclap. That's a good movement one. Just the people I was hoping to see. I was a hair's breadth from setting out on my own. To look at you, yes, I dare say you appear to have been growing in brawn at the expense of brain. Right, well, let us measure some ether, shall we? And by what I mean, you, the monk simpleton, of course. The courtesy to his nature, he has already set out for the destination I assigned him. Though perhaps that you are far too stupid to take, much less understand their ratings. Is it true you are stupid? It is true you are stupid. I don't know if Edgar is calm, or he simply is choosing not to care. but the ether meter shall do all the work for you and transmit the data back to me. The soul's more suited to action. The monk simpleton and yourself need only to carry the device on your person and set about beating on things as you always do. It shall capture data as you trudge about hither and yon. Ether is not only the source of all magics, but also the font of all life. Yet, dispute is it remains imperceptible. When a living thing dies, the ether composing its life is released. When the discharge takes place, a portion of the ether remains lingering in the physical world. No doubt you have Babel, etherical crystallizations, Babel, physical manifestations, impressions of the deceased, Babel, luminescent grows, Babel, known as the etherical threshold. In short, the more violent and drastic the loss of life, the greater amount of ether left behind. Either it is in pure form or in crystallization, and where are the most lives lost in this manner? Cemeteries. No, false, you idiot. Battlefields. Do you see? Not see? I actually was gonna say battlefields, but okay. I don't know why Edgar said cemeteries. What etheric readings of these locations we can discern the scale and more of the battles that take place there. Cemetery is where you bury the dead, not where the people die. As for these fools, believe that the monkhood keeps chakra and spiritual energies and whatnot. If I were to allow that they truly exist, I would be inclined to say that are one and the same as ether itself. And ether turning around those ancient battles stir about comes to naturally settle in these surrounding life, both plants and animals, though more so in the latter, accumulates within them, felling the beasts and releasing that ether, causing a surge that resonates with the ether within you, causing it to expand the so-called opening of chakra. By this very power of life itself within you grows. A watered down explanation, but adequate for one of your mental prowess. I believe mine own wife never had the practice of such things either, nor my passions. She cursed me and my work, took our children, and returned to El Amigo. But now is not the time for that tale. The area I am plotting in your charge is Bloodstone in northern Las Nosas. Place this ether meter in a appropriate location, and after a spell, retrieve it and bring it to me. I obtain the data I require, and you and the monk Singleton are afforded the chance to indulge yourself, how shall I put it, charming little backwards fantasies. All are happy. Ideally, I would prefer you have a knowledgeable understanding of the Bloodstore's history, but I fear we lack the time for me to educate you. I need hardly let you tell you that my research tells precedence over your school. But where is peace? Said it was in Bloodstone. Okay, so it's in Easter. Cookie spout would be there. So time to go to the docks. By the fishing guild. I don't really care if we're going to, I think it's this one. Care for going to the bigger cities. For one, it takes a long time to load. And especially in, Mr. Lamosa, the NPCs take a while to load in. Since there's so many people there. Oh, I remember this place. I don't know what big battle happened here, though. At least I don't remember one being here. Oh, I know the biggest battle you can't send me to, which is Karshino, I believe is the name of it. The place where the Empire, the Alliance, and Bahamut all fought. One day my character will learn to swim so he can beat up that shark. One day. Oh. It looks like, the Arcanist skill symbol. I don't know if it's actually taking their greetings, though. Does it look like it's something that you point towards the stars? The ancient battlefield's open chakras upon you. Oh, that was quick and relatively easy. I thought it was going to take longer, to be honest. I think reading was the longest part of this quest. Have you brought the ithrometer? I got traps and used for measuring surrounding ether levels. It seems that the device has suffered some damage. I don't know how. I suppose such things aren't unavoidable in this line of work. I must see to its repairs at once. That is, after all, why I put up here at the Goldsmith's Guild. My ithrometer is no ordinary device. I came up with the elaborate design. Myself had the finest engineers at Girl and Girl Works, drafted the schematics, and then commissioned the most talented goldsmiths to fabricate it. Order Guild delivered the results on his outings not long ago. I must insist that you take your leave of me now. There is a wealth of data for me to analyze, and I fear that simply having you nearby will somehow affect the processing power of my brain. Preparing the implementer and determining which locations the next investigation will require some time. Why don't you go and train those muscles of yours, whatever it is you do in my absence. Oh, cutscene. Your chakra has opened within you. I wonder what people think every time I do that in front of them. Where is next? Oh yeah, Northern Shroud. I think it was Northern. No, yeah, it was Northern. So fastest route would be through here. Well, I'm hoping it's the fastest route. Okay, so it's the yellow serpent gate. Because I know one of the gates is locked. I think that's the White Wolf gate. Mapping the room. We must take the road ahead. Slowly. Very slowly. Oh, wait. Slightly slowly. Mushroom. Get the ether right. Please leave me. I'm not long for this world. I looked death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Mithrid is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. How about I punch him? I soothe you like this. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true. But that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate thanks to you. I can think straight again. I can even recount what I saw without losing it. I don't know why a miner's all the way out here. And I dropped my controller. Of course. Nothing can go according to plan, can it? It was just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman, one glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, and come to claim her soul in his realm. But you're investigating the same masked man? In that case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Anything to ensure that we don't have to suffer Mildred's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to wait. I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this venture. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. See, you're a miner, and I guess the other two are miners too. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as this can inflict such wounds. That's why some folks are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple. For the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. The memories of here. I one time came here and killed a whole bunch of plague golems. Because I thought they would give me the spell for Blue Mage. They did not. Because when I looked up at the how to get spells, it lied to me. Look, there's balloons about. Nope. You're already seen to this. Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are culprits? Nothing, truth be told. Even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this from our list of suspects, which leave us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Ah, 2 quests. There's something else I had heard about the deaths. All appears all the victims have been commonly maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor being going around the same as whispers that each victim died. Her rancor went into the great big rock somewhere of here, causing it to flash and moan. The bear's investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've thrown the rock, once you've torn the rock a new one, bring some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. There's something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Midred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Midred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself looking in a gaze of a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Get back to using trouble. Okay, is it going to be up or down? Down. Right back to here. Let me guess that this is going to spawn and attack me. Nope. This instead. Okay, now where's the next way we're going? Throw to steal. Lightning aspect crystals. They look less look like crystals and more like just normal rocks. Because that out there looks like a crystal. This one. I just only have one mount here, technically two, but I'm not using the other one. Wait a minute. I guess only the base ones have hunting logs. I was wondering why the blue mage doesn't have one, since you start out with level 1 as a blue mage. I guess your hunting log is your spell book. Most folks are too scared to go within 800 miles of the Rock of Rancor. It has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Bigger than a shard, but not quite large enough to be a cluster. These energies emitted by this crystal lightly tingle the hands of any who touch it. Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I also almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire stance stick. Oh well. Then why do I have it? Why do I have the crystals then? Unless they're spent. Burmite appeared and you slew it. That creature's headlong. Been a scourge upon the folks of Fallground. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of the light combining with blind panic? Well, I guess I'll call it the episode there. And I'll see you all in the next.